Music with Laydie Roscoe, where we talk about current, past, and present music, entertainment, just for the best of ears. Yes, we are now talking about some entertainment and music. You know, you got some stuff going on.
Oh my God, girl, do we?
Did he do it? Did he do it?
Did he did it?
Did he do it? Did he do it?
And speaking of did he do it? You know, 50 put out a movie. He sold it to Netflix called Did He Do It?
You're lying.
No, ma'am. He didn't already sold that to Netflix.
Oh my God.
50 wasn't playing.
I know Tubi was on point, ready to do. I mean, with TMZ, they did like a little documentary already submitted. So they were like, we are on point. And, you know, people have been talking about it for years, but, you know, I never not believed it. You know what I mean? Like, I've definitely believed there was some validity to some of these stories, but
there
you know,
is a whole
Hollywood
73-page document that I have before me. And I have just been scrolling through the allegations, the screenshots, when him and his son was supposed to have shot that young man, and the pictures of the bathroom after that is just so much pictures with them with underage sex workers. Pictures of Cuba Gooding Jr. supposedly being aggressive with the plaintiff.
Right. Yeah, there's been allegations against him too in his own court battles and situations. Cuba.
Yeah. There's one thing in the document that said that there's these little pouches, pink, they're clear pouches, and they have pink drugs in it. And it's called Tucci. And it is cocaine and ecstasy combined.
Yeah, I thought I heard of it.
Supposedly, Mr. Combs or Sean has all his workers, the chef, the maid, the butler, everyone carry those in a fanny pack or in the pouch. So if he wants it, it's on hand.
Fanny packs, the good old fanny packs, bringing back the 80s and 90s.
I'm a cook. What I'm carrying around drugs for?
Cooking up drugs.
I'm just making your food. I'm your butler. I just want to get you some juice or something.
Whoever he could walk up to, hey, you got the stash, you got the stuff.
Girl, no, thank you. When I get hired, that is not what I want my job description to say.
As a prerequisite is to be able to carry drugs.
No, I'm not a mule. I'm not nothing. I'm not carrying drugs for you out the country, in the country, nothing.
They said Young Miami may have helped because technically they said she moved from one place to another with the drugs, which is considered like a smuggling situation, but it could have been, you know, I'm just putting it in my bag like everybody else.
Right. And then, but see, the thing with me and her is that it was either the Jason Lee show or something. And she was like, I was just telling my friend last week that I really am a hoe.
It's that whole culture, you know, like Amber Rose and, you know.
Like you're being proud of, like, okay, it's the difference between, you know, being proud of your sexuality and all that.
Yeah.
And just being what they're proud of.
Yeah, it is and not a coming thing.
Like Sookie and Sexy Red, I believe they're a character. They are just in character, and I don't believe that when they're at home, they're like that 100%. When it's just them and their family, it's not
and their children.
bow all the time, you know?
Yeah. I just wouldn't choose that as my persona to go with because, like, with Suki, she had the people, you know, sexually harassing her on different occasions. You know, once at like a basketball game. And then
whatever his name is, yeah.
And then a podcast where a guy became very uncomfortable because he was asking certain questions. And then she plays victim, in my opinion, when she's like, oh, I just feel, I'm like, no, because you chose this character. So
But
this is how people are going to approach you.
it's still, they have to, they have to be able to separate the character and the person.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm working in whatever, if I'm performing, if I'm getting paid, that's who I am. But if ain't no paper, ain't no cameras on, don't come to me like that. Like,
So
I
do
feel
you
like they
feel,
should.
well, my question is, do you feel the same way for like, people would say for like Bill Cosby, like, should his show have been canceled and those other people lose financial backing from reruns, or should they separate from the character as well from the person?
I mean, being a whore and being accused of rape or
Mm-hmm.
molestation is totally
Mm-hmm.
different.
Okay.
So even though he handed those people the drugs that we know of,
The thigh
we
gappers.
don't always know exactly everything that went down. There may have
Mm-hmm.
been somebody who didn't know what it was, or he did put it in the drink. I wasn't born back then, so I can't necessarily say. So I'm not
Right.
gonna say that he didn't do it. I know
Mm-hmm.
there is a difference between I'm handing it to you and you voluntarily taking it and me
Yeah.
putting it in there.
Right.
So I don't know what he did. I can't say.
Right.
I'm not gonna be there just because he was Bill Cosby. He didn't do nothing. I know plenty of people that look like they very nice on the outside, but you you try them if you're
Yeah.
going to.
I just watched some border security stuff, and this old lady from like China was trying to smuggle in like $100,000 on her physical personnel,
Mm-hmm.
and she was in a
Like, yeah.
wheelchair.
So yeah, just because a person looks a certain way doesn't mean that they're not capable of being low down and dirty. You know,
Mm-hmm.
look at R. Kelly. He's supposed to have been all this loving musician and for the
People said he
people,
was the Pied Piper.
the pissy pie piper.
The Pied Piper took the kids.
Yeah, yeah. My boyfriend, he tell me about the real story.
Mm-hmm.
So
And that's crazy. Them old fairy tales be tripping you out.
oh my goodness, it's it's
Somebody with a
ridiculous.
flute's gonna come get you, and
And
take
but
you
okay,
away.
see, my thing about R. Kelly too, it's why the parents not in jail.
Man, say it
You
again.
you let your child stay there. You
Yes.
knew how old this man was. If you
Yes.
wasn't there, you knew that there is a possibility that there were some things that could happen.
Look,
I'm not
I
letting my child stay with a grown man that ain't they daddy.
I didn't even know R. Kelly was married until all of this started happening. I didn't even know he had a wife. I didn't know he had I didn't I figured he probably would have kids, but I never knew he had adult children with his wife. Like his wife,
So
they had children, and
they
then
used to have it was a show.
yeah.
And it was Eddie Murphy wife, Prince wife, R. Kelly wife, and they were all together. And that's how I knew that all that they were married.
Mm,
Because girl, their wives
she's
are
silent, like
gorgeous.
hidden. Oh,
Their
were they?
wives are gorgeous. Eddie Murphy's wife, she's this pretty light skinned lady.
He's
Prince
got like
wife
10
is
kids.
girl. Like for them to have the bad, okay, and that's one thing people say too, and I was just to say it. For them to have like the prettiest and baddest significant other doesn't mean that they can't go out and cheat and do whatever. Because look, Eric Benet cheated on Holly Berry,
Look, look,
so
look. Yes, yes, yes. There are plenty of men who don't look good or average to say, and their women look beautiful and they stay loyal. You know, all the people that she could have been with, but she's with you and your ugly ass.
right. And then, like, did you hear? Let me find it. I don't want to get it wrong. Um, did I just close it out? The Dream was supposedly just got arrested. for supposedly being accused of, I think, was it rape?
Wow, for real?
Yeah. I'm trying to find the. I just had it pulled up and I accidentally closed it out.
And the sad thing is like when it comes to hearing allegations coming from Hollywood, it's kind of like, okay, it might be true because Hollywood is up to some shady shit. Those people
Right.
usually get away with things. But we're in this era of everybody, is airing out laundry. Like Cat Williams says, all the deviant people shall be exposed.
Man, so here it is. So it says Grammy winner accused of abusive, violent, and manipulative relationship filled with physical assault, violent sexual encounters, and horrific psychological manipulation.
Mm.
And that's the one who Nivea had a baby by?
And Christina Milian.
Yeah.
They both share their baby daddy. And honestly, Christina said that he was cheating, and I think there was some emotional stuff going on there, but I don't know the ins and outs, So if I want to look at a character of the person and the history of their relationships, and that can kind of dictate too.
You really have to start vetting the people that you encounter, that you meet, because these people are crazy.
Average about it, just get glad that you found it. Tell a friend about it, know we all about it, so we gon' speak about it. Yoko, Camille, and Laydie Roscoe, leave no doubt about it. Scream it out from the mountain. This not your average podcast. You ain't talking about nothing. When they hit the highway, yeah, they talking about something. Better tune in and listen. Get the scoop, they diggin'. It's just an open discussion. Now tell me what's your position. You know what it is. Not your average podcast. You know what I'm saying? Yoko, Camille, Laydie Roscoe. Y'all tap in.